What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wizards Outlook. It's late, no countdown tonight. Gonna get straight to it. The Warriors rally rather then hold off the Wizards late 135, 126. The way this game started, it looked like the Wizards. It was deja vu. The same way they started crazy hot against the Pacers is how they started against the Warriors. We just found out, as the game went on, the Warriors aren't the Pacers. Um, that's what we essentially learned. That it's hard to shoot 70% all game. That said, right, the Wizards shot 60% from the floor tonight. 60% and lost. First thing first, want to acknowledge Bradley Beal. Came the second Wizards player to eclipse the 15,000 point mark in franchise history. Shout out to him for doing so. That said, I'm sure he probably would have rather had this milestone in a win. Ray, I just want to get your thoughts on this. I was bumping my gums all through playback, so want to get your thoughts on it. Then I add because I don't have too much positive on this. So.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head, man. They weren't playing the Pacers tonight, and they caught up with them. We talked about it before. You can't have a shootout against a team that's more heavily armed than you. And that's what we saw. I mean, it's great that they shot 60%, but they didn't play any defense. And if you don't play defense against a team that scores like the Warriors, then it's a wrap. And the Warriors shot damn near 60% themselves. They hit 23s, had 40 assists. I mean, you just can't live like that against a team that's that explosive. And, that's how you get the results you got. So, I mean, it is what it is. We already knew what this team's deficiencies are, and a lot of them lie on the defensive end of the ball. And if you can't stop a nosebleed, then the Warriors are gonna light you up. Even without Steph, they they got a program over there. So, they started off fast and everything was cool, but I'm like, man, you don't want to get into a track meet in a 3-point shooting contest against these guys. That's what they want. So, maybe they thought they could maintain it and outgun them. And, we quickly learned that wasn't the case. The Wizards, they started off extremely hot, 39 points in the first quarter. Warriors caught their second win and scored 42 in the second, and they just got it going from there. So yeah, man, in a game like this against a team like this, you're gonna have to play some defense at some point because they got too much going offensively for you just to allow them to continue to do whatever they want. So there you have it.
Yeah, for me, like you mentioned the 23s, the game changed to me when Golden State decided to attack the paint. And this is something we've seen as an issue this year. We know I think statistically, Wizards one of the better shot blocking teams in the league. And that's great, but you and I have watched them all year. I think we both remember a certain game where somebody almost touched 100 in the paint. And we saw the Warriors for it. Like in the second quarter, they were like, hey, get downhill. You had Clay getting that. And that was the thing I love Klay Thompson to death. That was revolting to me. Was Klay Thompson turning the corner and getting downhill and finishing with two hands over somebody? Where is your pride? I love Klay. Things he shouldn't be doing for 500 or what happened in that second quarter. He shouldn't have been the one leading the charge. Like, once he went downhill and caught the body, everybody was like, oh, it's safe to go down there. That's a horrible thing. And then just little pockets where Washington just does some interesting things. And you remember the first time they played and KP got off to a crazy start and he kind of stopped getting the ball?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we did that again. Like that happened a little bit again. I know sometimes he fades away from having the ball at times, but this one felt like this one just felt like they should have got back to it, man. It was just weird. It was just weird. That's it. Look, man, we're gonna get straight to this. Player of the game. Who'd you
have? I go Wiggins, man. He
okay.
Yeah, I felt like he had he was the one that kind of got him going, getting into the paint, and just just kind of helping the Warriors get their rhythm. Um, yeah, man. And it seemed like even when Washington was trying to fight back, it seems like he was the one that kind of steadied the ship. So yeah, I give it to him.
Yeah, for me, all right. So I'm probably gonna pull a U here. I'm going Wiggins and Loon. I don't think they win this game without Loon. Especially when Draymond got the tripping early, with the tech and the 2 fouls, going
Mm.
full Dre. Then he had 3 fouls by the half. The pool followed behind him and had 3 fouls. Kudos to Jermichael Green for the game he had. But as usual, quiet and steady Loon is there to steady the ship when everybody starts doing stupid things. And we saw him at times getting stuck on an island with guards and holding his own. The offensive rebounds he had throughout the game, I felt like every one of his 5 offensive rebounds directly led to a good shot. And usually it was after Washington actually gave us a possession of good defense. Here comes Loon with a rebound, and here's a better shot, fellow teammate who just missed the three. Here, maybe this look is better for you. And then, like you said, Wiggs, I think Wiggs he's been through a lot this year in terms of like the injury and whatnot, just never fully catching the rhythm. It sucks that Washington get right. This is the Wiggs that we've seen all last year, and people have been wondering where he's been. Unfortunately for Washington, hey, here's the Andrew Wiggins that the Warriors have been looking for. And I loved what they did by posting him. Washington always switches for Lord knows why. They switch everything. And Golden State was like, we're just going to bully your guards. If you're going to keep letting the switches, we're going to keep setting this cross screen 700 times. Wiggins is going to fight through either with the foul or without the foul. And he's going to bully the guard or hit a turnaround jumper. And then from there, when the help came, hey, look, now we got open threes again. Shocker. X factor for you.
Actually went Looney for X Factor.
Okay.
I mean, he was just super disruptive, and like you said, giving them extra possessions. Like people, even going back to last year, their championship run, I don't think people really understand how valuable he is to that team. He just imagine what their life will be without him if he's not there to rebound, be a deterrent at the rim, and like you pointed out, he could switch on the guards. He's a versatile big man, and he knows his job and he does it. Nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, and it's actually exactly what they need. So yeah, I went with Looney for X Factor.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. I cannot fight that at all. I went with Dante.
Mm.
I thought he gave them great mature minutes. I know Ty Jerome, with the 9.7 assists, he gave them good minutes, but down the stretch, that was Dante. Kind of when the game was over, right? That was Dante denying Beal, so Beal couldn't get the ball back. Draymond gets a stop on KP, and that was Dante with the dagger. I thought it was a big performance by him off the bench. They had a couple other guys. You had Jermichael, which it was good to see him. He didn't miss a shot. Like that's the Jermichael Green they thought they were signing at the beginning of the year. Again, I hate that for Washington. That's what Jermichael Green Warrior fans have been looking for. They're like, hey, where's the guy? We've seen him do stuff to us. Where is he? 5 for 5 tonight, 4 for 4 from 3, 5 assists, 14 points. Like, right, you shot 60%. Your big guns, what they combined for? 60, 67? 67. But their bench had a little bit more stuff off of it. It matters.
Mm-hmm.
I will get to some of these comments, man. We appreciate y'all being around right now. So y'all Wizards fan for real. I would have been asleep if I didn't have this obligation. What's good, family? Hope was all well. What's good with you? Y'all want to start the show early? They having their way on Washington. Yeah, I got it too. Biggie, he said Kispert, 19 minutes, 2 points. His defense is non-existent. Way too many minutes for him starting. Morris, 26 minutes, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, non-existent. They're better off putting in Nunn, 28 minutes, 15 points and 6 assists. Ray, you take this one first, and I'll chime in afterwards.
I mean, yeah, 19 points in 19 minutes and 2 points. That's obviously that's not great production. But I mean, defensively, only DeLon Wright and Goodwin are really the only two people I'm gonna count on consistently to play defense. So, I mean, if that's the bar for who plays or not, then yeah, you don't have much choice. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, Monte, he's been playing well as of late. Yeah, this wasn't a good one for him, um, but yeah, none. That's what they brought him in to do to score points, and he's been producing since he's been here. But overall, what lost them the game is they did not play any defense whatsoever. Um, and that's you can pretty much close your eyes and and throw a dart at the wall, whoever it lands on, you can have that same criticism. 'Cause, yeah, that's what lost him the game, man. But yeah, Kispert, man, he's got to score more than 2 points. So I mean, it's valid criticism there, but as a team, they just got to defend better, and they win this game. I mean, they shot 60% from the field. I don't know what more you want from that, but yeah, I mean, points were made. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, for sure, points were made, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of this comes down to you lost some size.
Mm.
Used to be a big team on the wing. You are no longer a big team on the wing. Love Corey. He's not a big wing. He's bigger than the rest of the guards here, but he's not a bigger wing. Andrew Wiggins is a big wing. Jonathan Kuminga is a big wing. So, like, you have those type of dudes flying around the court. It's going to be a long night for Corey anyways. Secondly, your two big dogs were rolling. Corey only had four, like he was 2 of 4. Also, the switching on defense, and I'm not trying to give a cop out to anybody on this team. The people I most feel sorry for on this team on the defensive end are Monte Morris and Daniel Gafford. They are put in some of the ugliest positions possible to fix things. And they're bigger teammates. How can y'all keep letting them switch? We know what type of league the NBA is right now, right? Bro, they just started hunting for that matchup. And even when Kendrick was in, Wiggins didn't care. Kendrick, Monte, Brad, he didn't give a damn. Denny, Andrew Wiggins didn't care. They were all going to that same block, and they were getting some type of move. If you were smaller, it was a drop step. If he's a little taller, turn around jumper. And we walking away. That's it. But they switch a lot. Meanwhile, you see other teams like you can dictate the switches on defense, but you got to be a good defensive team to do that. And this is not what that is. So I'm sorry, Kispert 21, 4 points, 1 rebound. Yeah. Denny had a horrible game, but again, bigger wings. Other teams have bigger wings. All that stuff evens out a little bit. You being 6'9" is cool. Dude 6'8" and bouncy. Like Andrew and JK are dumb bouncy. You being an inch taller than them means nothing to their lives at all. When they feel like leaving the ground, they finna leave. Like that was Denny, who was he's one of the better defenders on his team. Did Andrew Wiggins look like he cared? He got straight to his turnaround jumper. Water, foul. He don't care. Oh, my bad. He said, where we at? Denny had a horrible night, especially when the Jameless Lakers won with Rui hitting some clutch shots and rebounds. It doesn't matter. The Lakers are dumpster fire. Don't care. Just irrelevant. Doesn't matter what the Lakers do. They're looking up. Hold on. They're looking. What is the record? Is their record better than the Wizards right now? And I'm not even trying to be funny.
I don't think so.
Like that's where they. I just look. We established that they missed Rui. You guys watched us long enough to know that. Everyone here was like, hurt. This is the decision. That's the button they chose to hit. We're here now. Some of y'all that were clamoring for minutes for said players, y'all gonna have to just deal with it. Shout out to Anthony Gill for the block on Kuminga though. I see you. See you with the athleticism, AG. So that's how the Lakers game and Rui looked good so far. Him being there, he's being consistent. Wade was consistent here. Everyone likes different things. I'm gonna mind my business and keep it moving. Wiggins player of the game for sure. Yes, and look, Ray agreed with you. Yes, I don't think there was too many answers that could be wrong for X Factor for the Warriors. I don't think that it was Andrew Wiggins and others. You could just put others. They all stepped up. They're truly missing a big and Rui because he would definitely be taking Kispert minutes after Kuz went down. Now it's coming back to bite them because they're abusing Corey driving the paint. Corey's not the only one getting abused. They're small. Like, they're just small. Where's the team? Corey, Chris Stapps, Monte, Bradley, Denny. Yeah, all of them. Right, it was open season on the rim by people that don't drive. Like, all of you should be ashamed when Klay Thompson is keeping his dribble and turning the corner. Not for a mid-range jumper, mind you, but to come down the lane of contact layups. Klay Thompson, after the surgeries, all you have to feel some type of way. And again, I'm with you. Yeah, points are made on the Corey thing, but Corey is not alone. Every single one of the perimeter defenders tonight. Klay Thompson off the new leg is turning the corner. Klay Thompson came down Main Street and put two hands on somebody's neck. Not Andrew Wiggins, not Jonathan Kuminga. Klay Thompson. On the embodiment of paint. Yeah, look, there's tall wings and there's big wings. The Warriors got some big wings. They physical. You know, everyone's here has been happy that little by little, Denny's been more aggressive, getting downhill, being assertive. Them dudes is that next level of I don't care when they get downhill. Violence. Like, Jonathan Kuminga is just violence. That's it. Like, what do you want them to do? Then he was looking like he did on the Bucks. He was just, yes, he was. Yes, he was. And again, I know that, like Ray said, this team has three good defenders, two that you can really trust. Yeah, you playing Golden State, the ball's gonna move, people gonna get in space, don't trust each other, yada yada yada. That's how 15-point leads turn into nothing and you're in trouble. Because you wanted to play fast with a team who lives that fast. Looks like the refs got their get back tonight from what Brad did. Oh, the refs. I still think he got off easy. My man put two hands on the ref, and all it was a fine. I thought he was getting ejected the other day. I was thinking in the arena. I was like, and then the look, the stare down afterwards. I thought he was out of here. So, hey, look, hey man, shout out to Brad. That's some star power for you, right? A little bit of star power, because how are you still here right now?
Yeah, that was. Whew.
My man put two hands and was like, ugh. We need to pick up John Wall after buyout. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay, I don't know what will happen. I would be very, very, very shocked if John walked through those doors outside of him being a fan coming back to see his jersey retired or as a member of another team. I would be extremely shocked. I personally expect John to be walking through the doors of Phoenix at some point. That's just me personally. Sure, they need a backup point guard. He said, I don't see anything else that could possibly go wrong. Look, man, it is what it is, man. Like, even at their worst, they're champs, dog. Like, it is what it is. They've been in a bunch of these type of games. Like, what the issue they've been having recently, they've just been throwing games away at the end. Golden State been beating teams. There's their last 6 or 7 games. They'd be like, how could we mess this up this time? Tonight, and tonight you watched it. They were up 20 to the end of the third and gave up a 7-0 run.
In 40 seconds.
-2 seconds. It was here's 7 points. The fourth quarter starts. Here's 11 points. Bro, why? Former Warrior teams, they got you 20 in the third. Right, it's over with. It's nothing else to talk about. 2 minutes into the fourth, thanks for playing. Everybody kick your feet up. Everybody relax. What you doing tonight? It's a little different right now. Also can't lie. West get out coached tonight. Warriors saw what players were producing tonight and only played them while we still play guys who did nothing most of the game. It was their normal rotation outside of Moses Moody. And I think Moody only played because Trey and Jordan got in foul trouble. Like Moody's been in a doghouse. Moody was just the Wiseman that didn't get traded. Moody's been in hell this year. But yeah, I mean, I think in some aspects, I also think like they just didn't make as many boneheaded decisions in critical moments. Like Golden State always has moments, but yeah, Brad with the late turnover. I thought he took pretty good care of the ball tonight, but he had 4 turnovers, but it was the win. Kristaps, when he started sending the traps, he had a couple of those bad passes that led to things, and it's only 4. So the grand scheme of things, you're like, oh, they had 3 more turnovers than the Warriors. 3 doesn't seem like a big number. It's the win. It's the win. You're down 3 or you're down 6, and you turn his back-to-back turnovers, bro. That's a death sentence. Especially like if you just kept the ball, you're shooting extremely well. Like that's tough. It's tough. Is it me or is Denny getting a lot of bad foul calls caught on him again this year? Right?
I don't have much to say on that one. I mean, yeah, I got nothing for that. It just seems pretty consistent with how they call fouls now. I mean, if you breathe on somebody, you're going to get called for a foul. It will probably help him if he stopped reaching, but what have you. But yeah, they just call a lot of fouls. It is what it is, man. And if you're not a star player, you're going to get fouls called on you. That's just how the cookie crumbles, man.
Yeah, that's part of it. You're gonna get a whole bunch of bad calls. That said, I do think one thing that hasn't changed, he still plays too much with his hands. And it gets him in trouble. And the refs knew it. And I'm sure what also doesn't help, that boy be talking to them refs. And can nobody tell me that is a positive thing? He be yapping to them. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Just you probably did it, keep it moving, ask what you did wrong, and that's that. But honestly, he's just a little too handsy. He's a good defender, just a little too handsy. That's the difference. Like DeLon and Jordan, they're not really handsy. Like, they slide them things, and their chest is usually in front of their target, and that's where Denny gets in trouble sometimes. His chest isn't always in front of the target. Then he's lunging or reaching. Where sometimes you just go up. You're 6'9". Just go up. Like it was one time I think with Jordan Poole in transition. Dude, you were 6'9". You don't need to reach across the little dude. Just wall up. Just wall up. You're 6'9". Poole's either gonna hit that shot, hit an amazing shot, or he's gonna blow a layup, and they're gonna keep it moving. Because the refs don't exactly love him either. So y'all are in a lose off in that situation. Truly missing Kuz, yeah, but he's not a good defender either. Offensively wasn't an issue. So like I'm sure he does. Whether Washington chooses to do it, it's none of my business. Y'all know where I stand. So I'm Mr. Hit the Button. So hey, it means nothing to me. If that's the route they decide to go, that's great. I reserve that route for people of a certain ilk. However, to each their own. It looks like that's what they might do, and I hope that he doesn't just, I don't know, like what if he don't feel the same way? Then where are you? Hope that, you know what I'm saying? You know who trade was worth it. Because it's not like you moved him and an extension was signed. Just saying. Because he's not signing an extension because he has to opt out to get more bread. More bread means you don't know what the landscape looks like, And I'm playing devil's advocate here. Who's to say Kuz doesn't like Brooklyn, doesn't look at Kuz and be like, here's some extra bread. Come play with Mikal and them, and it's your team. You think he's turning that down to play number 3 here?
No, sir.
I'm just throwing it out there, man. Like they better last year when they let them play more physical. In spurts, it happens in spurts. We know it gets a little bit more physical come playoff time. I just think it's also something where the players just got to accept it. I feel like a lot of players keep fighting back against it, but not the defenders. Like the guys who actually play defense don't really think they complain too much. It's like, shocker, you called me for that. But look, the Wizards are a little handsy. They got to deal with it. We'll see what things look like. I know they got a back-to-back. Who is it tomorrow they play? Is it Dame and them?
I think so.
Dame and them put hands on the Lakers tonight. Hands on them. Yeah, they got the Blazers tomorrow. And Dame's coming off a heater. He had 40 tonight. And, they got some interesting pieces. They got more athletes in their trades or whatnot. So we'll see how things go. But again, tough night for Washington. They remain under 500. They're not 3 games under 500. We're heading, with 2 more games this week in an All-Star break. So we'll see how things go. But y'all have a great evening. Thanks for staying up late. Pretty much same time tomorrow, man. Possibly. We'll see what it looks like.